What's up, guys? It's Azran here, and we are back with coverage of the MDL in our weekly recap series. This is for week 2 of the MDL. So we have here, you can see the standings here. But Azran and Jayok sit at the top with +8 differentials and records of 2-0, followed by Donut and MSK, who have +4 and +3 differentials respectively, also still undefeated. Then we've got Gorv, Vergi, and Korok pulling in with +3 and +2 differentials, and Jif bring up the rear of playoffs with a nice +1 differential, having a 1-1 record. And in the rear we have Bunny at 0-2 with -3 differential, CO at 0-2 with -4, IRC at 0-2 with -7, and Mascot at 0-2 with -9. Looking here at our divisions, if we can pull them up, and we will. We've got the Coco division right here, led by Azzy. We've got the Lele division led by MSK. We have the Feeny division led by Jayhawk, and we have the Bulu division led by Korok. So that's about it for that. And then for trades and transactions, I'm too lazy to put graphics on, so I'm just gonna literally list them. Gorb is dropping Grand Bull for Slurpuff, which I guess you take away T-Wave Heal Bell utility and immediate damage with Grand Bolt plus Intimidate for Belly Drum Sweeper and Slurpuff. And then Jayhawk's going to drop Lurantis for Shiftry, which is a really good move, I think. Shiftry has Knockoff, it has Leaf Storm, Leaf Blade, Sucker Punch, Tailwind, Defog, has a lot of things going for it, and even Chlorophyll if he wants to run that. Donut also makes what I think is a good drop in dropping Incineroar for Snorlax. Incineroar is slow, but it doesn't even hit hard, so it's not even worth it. Snorlax at least has good Spadef, can set up with some nice Rest Talk shenanigans, or even use Pulverizing Pancake, and has a really decent move pool with Earthquake, Pursuit, Crunch, Fire Punch, etc., etc. RC drops Golbat for Swellow here, so he goes more offensive and drops his defensive mon. The Toxic is a toxic immunity, a ground immunity, can roost, can poison other mons, is bulky with an Eviolite. So that's about it in terms of transactions, and now we'll move on to the replays. So the first category for our replays section here is the heatiest meme of the week, and it's 27 here who takes that crown for this week with his Necrozma. Victini goes for the U-turn here into Sableye as Necrozma gets up the rocks. Pretty normal so far. And then 27 bops the Sableye with a juicy fling, able to poison it with a poison barb fling. I just thought that was kind of funny. I mean, it didn't really matter anyway, but because I think Sableye went down in the next few turns. So we'll move on to the next replay here, which is the choke of the week, and look who's back. It is Eric. So, mind you, Eric here has a +2 Talonflame versus this Altaria, which is about to Dragon Dance. And boom, Eric goes straight for the Supersonic Sky Strike. Boom, does 50% to Registeel, basically 49%. So now this Talonflame can easily knock out the Registeel with a Flare Blitz, and down goes the Registeel. Now into Mienshao we go, and earlier in the battle it was already revealed that this was Scarfed. So Jif, has Stone Edge waiting in the back, so it's so then, why not go into Wobbuffet, right? So, but no, Jif makes the knockoff play, Eric makes the Jesus play and goes for Brave Bird here, not even giving a fuck that he has a Wobbuffet right there in the back. To be fair though, if Jif was predicting a Talonflame switch out, he should have U-turned for safety, but it is what it is. So Eric's choke actually rewards him this time, and boom, down goes the Talonflame. And he's able to roost off damage too, that's ridiculous. So now we move to the oh my god, I'm fucking Jesus play of the week, and that would be MSK. And his Jesus play is not really just one play, it's a series of plays. Literally his Jesus play is Shedinja. His Shedinja play is great here. So CO King leads off with Coco versus Absol. MSK is going to predict and go for the Gleam. That's prediction 1 going into the Shedinja. I'll move right along in this battle, as mind you this DNC shows Hidden Power Fire, so keep that in mind. So Pimuku is going to come out, Gyarados is going to die to Toxic plus Bounce. So this is not really a prediction here because DNC was going to go for the Moonblast onto the Pikamuku, so he brings in Shedinja here. Shedinja goes for the Protect, as DNC goes for the HP Fire. And now MSK makes an aggro play, stays in as CEO King Moonblast so he can Baton Pass out. That's a prediction number 2. So now the next Jesus plays with Shedinja come with Zam versus Shedinja. CEO King has a Zam, hits hard on this Gliscor, which is not Toxic Core, by the way, more heat, I guess. So he could nuke him with a Psychic. He goes for the Protect here, boom. Zam goes for the Shadow Ball. He could Psychic here, but no, he's gonna go for the Shadow Ball. Boom, does do 32%. Earthquake, gonna bring him down to his Sash. Is he gonna Psychic here? No, he's not. Boom, as MSK goes for the Roost. And now on this turn, he brings in Shedinja like a Jesus and goes for Shadow Sneak to knock out the Alakazam. I think that's all of the Shedinja predicts in this game. But anyway, Shedinja put a lot more work than I thought it would be, which is pretty cool. So that's it for MSK's Jesus plays. So now we'll move on to the Broom of the Week, the Sweep, and that will be Podge versus Jayhawk. So right now the Landorus just has U-turned out, and Jayhawk U-turns it into his Lopunny. Podge is going to switch out his Rotom immediately into a Mew, as the Lopunny goes for sub, and this is where it all goes downhill, ladies and gentlemen. We got a power-up punch on the Lopunny side, and what does Mew have to fire back with? A knockoff. To be fair, Podge said he forgot his 4th move on Mew, but I don't know if that actually happened, or if that, I don't know. But anyways, Podge's only best move now is to just continuously going for knockoff, praying that it breaks the sub by some miracle. However, even a return, he eats that up at +2 at 62%. Mew goes for the knockoff here, and it still doesn't break the sub, which is ridiculous. So now Lopunny is going to be able to clean sweep Podge's team, provided he has no Scarfs, and we'll see if he does. Aggron comes out, low kick. No, we're playing safe, boys. Boom, Heavy Slam is able to break the sub, but not kill the Lopunny. So now he power up punches again. So now this Lopunny's at +3. We're going to Torn. Is it Scarf? That would be stupid if it was. Down goes the Torn. Now Rotom comes out. Is it Scarf? No, it is not. Down goes the Rotom. And Hoopa. Is it Scarfed? No, it is not. Down goes the Hoopa. And finally, T-Tar is last for a low kick to the dome. And that is a GG. And now finally we'll move on to, I guess, what we're going to be the replay of the week here. Replay is Donut versus Bunny. Bunny's rocking a pretty fast team with, not really a pretty fast team, but like a pretty offensive team. Everything has offensive potential to be threats. Donut is rocking literally 3 PU Mons plus like Manaphy, Nidoqueen, and Scizor. So we'll see how this goes. Donut leads off with Manaphy as Bunny leads off with Infernape. And immediately turn 1, Manaphy goes for the Hydro Vortex. And immediately turn 1, Bunny switches in his Raikou on the Manaphy to take a fuck ton of damage. He predicts the extra sensory come out from the Nidoking. And the Nidoqueen coming out with an extra sensory. As Raikou goes for another extra sensory. Jolteon goes for the Shadow Ball here. As Raikou goes for a Shadow Ball of his own. So this is definitely like AV Raikou of sorts. Jolteon goes for another Shadow Ball. Doesn't kill, but this Shadow Ball from Raikou will. Scizor comes out to threaten the Raikou. Bunny's going to switch out into Celesteela. Boom, BP. Now we're going to scout for the fire move. Yeah, Donut's going to scout for the fire move into the Manaphy. Good play. As Toxic comes out. Bunny's going to switch out into Raikou here. On the Rain Dance. Interesting prediction. Good prediction on his part, I guess. So now Bunny gets a free T-Bolt here. Boom. Does 44 to the Scizor. He's not going to stay in though. He wants to keep that Raikou. As Scizor goes for the knockoff. Gets a crit and does 38%. And Donut's going to switch into Manaphy. As Celesteela goes for the Protect. Raikou comes out as a sack to the Manaphy Surf. And now we're going to bring in Torn here. And this Hurricane Miss sucked. Because this was Life Orb, Hurricane. And even after Life Orb, Tornadus lived an Ice Beam. So boom, he would have been able to 2-hit KO the Manaphy, which sucks. So down goes that. So now we go into Garchomp here, as Garchomp goes straight for the Poison Jab, able to knock out the Manaphy. And into Gourgeist we go to frisk the Choice Scarf. Bunny's going to switch out into Infernape here, as Gourgeist predicts that and goes for the Leech Seed, so instead of Willow. Infernape goes for the Flare Blitz, does not kill, as Gourgeist goes for the Trick Room. So now it's on. So that's probably like Sheer Force Druddigon. As Nidoqueen comes out, Bunny brings in Garchomp. Bunny doesn't want to stay in because that Nidoking probably has Ice Beam, so now Nidoqueen is going to get up both of his hazards in his Rocks and Toxic Spikes as the Celesteela Earthquakes. Celesteela Earthquakes again on the Nidoqueen. Boom, Flamethrower comes out. Flamethrower comes out again. Down goes the Celesteela. And here we go. Infernape comes out taking a fuck ton of damage from everything. Goes for the Rocks and for some reason here. And down goes the Infernape. Now, Bunny's going to go into Garchomp here. Just going to go straight up for the Earthquake. Boom. Knock out the Nidoqueen. And now into Gourgeist we go. I don't know if EQ was able to knock him out here. So Bunny's going to go into Gardevoir. He goes for the Trick Room. And Gardevoir's going to Mega Evolve, go for the Hyper Voice as Gourgeist for the Synthesis. Now look, this Hyper Voice does 58%, which seems to me that Gourgeist has a little bit of Spadef-y. I don't know, because I think Gourgeist Spadef is ass, so either I'm calculating wrong, but I'm assuming that Donut has some like Spadef EVs, so then maybe Earthquake would have killed since he's not fully physically defensive. So now Gourgeist goes for the Leech Seed as Gardevoir goes for the Calm Mind, and they are basically going to nearly die together as Gourgeist keeps synthesizing up, and Gardevoir lives with 2 HP. But Scizzor's going to take care of that job, knock it out with a BP. Boom, goodbye. And now Garchomp comes out, and he goes for the EQ, gets the crit on the Scizor, so he still has a chance if he gets a crit on the Druddigon, because I don't think Earthquake is going to knock this thing out. And boom, EQ comes out, 55%. Crit would not have done the trick either. Well, yeah. And Donut takes it barely with 11% left on his Druddigon. Nice 1-0 win in his favor. So that's all the matches and all the replays you need to see for week 2. Tune in next week for week 3. See you guys.